Howdy gamers, Hot Nut here. Have you ever been punished for something you feel was unjust? Well, I know I have, which is why in this video, I tell the riveting tale of a time that I exacted sweet revenge upon those who wronged me. What can I say? It pays to be petty. My city, we used to be able to park on the street for an indefinite amount of time. Well, I guess the city council decided that was too good to be true. So they changed the laws to be you couldn't park on the street. Okay, that's fine. So I started parking my Suburban on the boulevard in front of our house. Well, the cops apparently disagreed with that move. So I actually got a parking ticket for parking in front of my own house, but it was a $20 parking ticket. I, of course, had a big problem with this because I have lived in this house for over 20 years. We have always been able to park on the street, and now suddenly some big wig fat cat city council comes in and tells us we can't park on the street in front of our house. I was like, not happening. Heck them pigs, that's what I'm saying. So my next move was to go to my bank. My question was, how many pennies can you give me at a time? And she said, we can pretty much give you any amount. How much do you need? I said, I need 2,000 pennies. And she said, not a problem. These are those pennies, as well as some various change mixed in. I got some quarters, some dimes, some nickels. By the way, I unwrapped all of these pennies and threw them in this bag. I did not leave them in there. I unwrapped all of them. And all of this adds up to about $20. So I go to City Hall and I take my pennies. I'm wearing a sweatshirt and I put them in my sweatshirt pocket. That many coins is really heavy, just so you know. I go into City Hall and I'm like, hey, I need to pay my parking ticket. And they're like, okay, yeah, we can do that. And I give them the information and all this shit. The time comes to pay the parking ticket. I was like, okay, can I pay in cash? And the lady, she thought that she saw right through my little plan, and she said, oh, are you going to pay in all $1 bills? And I said, oh, that's optimistic. Luckily, the lady, she had a good attitude about it. She thought it was funny, but there was another lady working there that was pissed, dude. At first, she was like, well, you got to stay here and wait for us to count all this. And this was a day I had off of work, and I was like, lady, I got all day. And she is like, oh, you can like take this to the bank and they'll count it for you. And I was like, I know. Where do you think I got the pennies? Anyway, I took this short video of them.
Seriously? That's not cool. Well, we were gonna have to count it.
This was one of the best days of my life, dude. I'm not even kidding. I'm sitting there and they're counting the pennies. And the pissed off lady, she's like, to heck with this. So she calls the police department and she's like, hey, we have this guy here who's paying a parking ticket in coins. She's on the phone for a minute and then she gets off and she takes all the pennies and puts them all back in the bag and she gives them back to me. And she goes, this ticket has been dismissed. And I was like, no. I was like, damn, that easy? You didn't even get like $1 into counting. You just gave up like that? Shit. So I didn't have to pay the ticket. I got my pennies back. I deposited them. And I had a great day. And if it happens again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. By the way, I wasn't just being an asshole to be an asshole, right? If I had like parked in a handicap spot or like a fire zone or something like that, and I copped a ticket, hey, that's fair enough, right? But I parked my own vehicle in front of my own house where it's been safe to for 20 plus years, and they give me a ticket for that. I won't stand for that shit. And now, since I've done that, the laws have remained the same. You cannot park your vehicle on the side of the road for more than like 3 days, I think it is. I have had my truck parked on the street. I haven't moved it for probably over a month now, and they don't fuck with me. They have not fucked with me since I did that. All in all, bullying the police works. Just saying. Over the summer, Like, I sweat a lot. It's hot, and, like, I'm doing manual labor and shit. I got a ingrown hair right on the cusp of my ass crack. And I was like, okay, no big deal. It'll heal itself in, like, a week. A week goes by. It doesn't go away. Another week goes by. It, like, gets a little bigger. Another month. And it's like, whoa. It's bad. It turns into a full-blown cyst on my ass. It hurts to, like, sit. I go to the clinic, and I'm like, I got this shit on my back, and it's been there for a while, and it's not getting better. Help. And I say that. I'm like, it's on my back. And she's like, okay, why don't you lay on the table, take a look at it. And I'm like, it's a little, it's on my lower back. It's actually kind of right above my anus. It's a little weird. And it's a girl, by the way. So even more of a nightmare. And she goes, oh, there's no weird spots in healthcare. And I'm like, okay. I pull my pants down just a little way and my shirt up a little bit, and I lay flat on my stomach. I don't even want to say this. It's so embarrassing. She, like, starts poking at it, and the only thing out of her mouth is, huh. It was so bad, dude. After all that, pull up my pants, and she's like, yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like, what the fuck? So I make an appointment at this dermatology place. They're like, okay, we can cut it off. I was like, okay. They numb the area, and then they take a little knife and just slice that right off. I get a bill in the mail from 3 places. Keep in mind, I only went to 2 places, but I got a bill for 3 places. All in all, I think I paid like $500 or $600 for one of the places to be like, yeah, I don't know what that is. For the second place to cut it off, and for the third place to, I guess, biopsy it. Which is really annoying because the first place literally did nothing. I could have just called a dermatologist and saved myself the $150. The worst part of it was that it healed, and then the cyst came back. But I was like, fuck it. You know, I'm just going to live with it now. I ain't paying $500, $600, $700 to have it removed again. And now it's gone. And I don't know why, because I didn't do anything different. So moral of the story is, don't go to the hospital. Save your money. Yeah, healthcare in America, for real. The biopsy revealed it was old poo. No, it wasn't, dude. From not wiping. That's not true. Dude, I wipe copiously. Wash your ass. That's not... Guys, I take showers. Okay? It's... The problem, it wasn't my hygiene. I promise you, I do wipe. I wash my ass, and I even... This is personal. You know, I'm not getting into my fucking shower routine with you, okay? Dude, I showered today. Look at my hair. Look at my fucking hair. I didn't ask her to look at my butthole. God. That sound effect was perfect. They was talking about your cheeks for weeks. You're a liar, dude. Even that. I don't believe a fucking thing you say, Somber. I just don't, dude. You should have asked them if you could have the cyst. What would I do with that? What the fuck would I do with that? It's not like a tooth, dude. It's like... Well, I'm all out of bedtime stories this evening. But I have many more like it, so if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Maybe I'll do more. And hey, if you didn't enjoy the video, you're probably on the city council. In which case, fuck you, I win. Also, if you're watching this video on the day it releases, I'm live on Twitch right now. And who knows, I might be telling a story similar to these ones as we speak. No promises, though. Anyway, until next time.